STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Brazen.
And your boy Double O.
All right. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some Bitcoin technical analysis. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We're going to be looking at the price, where it is right now, the patterns that we believe are emerging on the Bitcoin chart. Obviously, for a while now, it's just been going kind of sideways, trading within a range, I would say. But with no further ado, let's jump right into it. Double O, what do you think is going on, sir?
Hey, man, it's one of those days. We had to just come in here and do something a little bit different today. It's Bitcoin time. We've done some analysis in the future, and we've been quiet on those for a while, but we just want to just give you guys a quick update on what we are seeing. So right now here on the screen is a Git.io big data information page, and we're looking at basically what's going on in the markets. You can look and just literally see that there's a lot of extreme fear in the markets, right? And if you learn from Warren Buffett, if you're someone that you follow, you know that this is the times, or these are the good times to buy any specific assets that you want to buy, especially if you have strong confidence in it. So what you see here right now is extreme fear in Bitcoin. There's a lot more shorts going on, and it's basically as simple as that. 62% shorts. Another thing that we're also looking at right now is, okay, how is Bitcoin doing in the general markets? Compared to other assets, it's getting its butt whooped, understandably. But if you look at the long overview of what Bitcoin have done in the past and what it could still do in the near future, it still looks promising. But at the current moment, Bitcoin is down this year. It's only February. Let's wait to the middle of the year. That's all I got for you, bro.
Man, Bitcoin down 34% so far in a year. It's a tough one, man. But you also showed the Fiat index there, which I think one thing that is very important is to keep your cool during these times, right? These are trends that we've seen in Bitcoin, and really trends that we've seen in many other things as well. Even though we're down 34% from other assets right now, we also know that Bitcoin tends to run much more aggressively than most things on the market as well. The other thing that I've been paying attention to here is the Wyckoff theory, right? This is something that we've spoken about before on the show. I will start off by just pulling up a diagram of what that Wyckoff theory is here. So obviously the Wyckoff theory kind of goes over distribution and accumulation on whatever asset it is that you're buying, right? So there's phases when things are dropping. You would have what would be a preliminary support, a selling max. That is when so much selling has happened.
PS.
Right. So you're pretty much at the highest point of selling, and then it's usually followed by an automatic rally, right? Which of course, because that selling pressure is diminished, and some people are buying, so it seems to naturally push up the price according to the Wyckoff theory there, right? Then you have a pullback, and this kind of goes back and forth for a little bit before you have that final move. We've watched this play out completely before, and I think that we're having something similar here. So if I just pull up the chart, right, which Bitcoin right now, by the way, trading at $37,563. One thing that's interesting, every time Bitcoin crosses 40, there's always someone who's saying this is your last chance to buy Bitcoin over 40. But I think that moment is coming. Just not yet. If we're following the Wyckoff chart, right, I would say that we have seen that preliminary support situation happen, right, somewhere around here. Then we've had that pullback and hit that max selling point.
Yep.
At least we hope, right? We saw that there was some very strong support there around that 33,000 price point. And before this happened, of course, we had put this support and resistance lines before any of this was happening, which is now showing us that trading range. So we know that this thing is, you could say, sideways, right? Between the 33,000 and 40,000, because we've already seen it fail at 45,000. So I'm thinking maybe a pullback, maybe down to about 36k. I do have a limit order though down at 34. It's a bit deep down there, but if it happens, then I think that order will get filled. What are your thoughts, sir?
Again, this is why we use the Fibonacci sequences, right?
Right.
It never fails. People want to believe that technical analysis doesn't work, but technical analysis always prove what's going on on the psychological aspect of the markets, right? So basically,
Absolutely.
what you had there in your diagram was that Fibonacci, that zero level Fibonacci level, which
Right.
is an extremely strong support level. And I'm just gonna show this diagram real quick to kind of add to what you just showed here. Let me add that to the screen real quick and show you guys what's going on. So what you see there, like it or not, this things always play out. What you have there is a double top, right? And before I start jumping into the double top and why what's going on is going on, it's just, you know, when you go to school, you learn the rules of business or whatever. Same thing happens in the markets. People that day trade or invest over the long term sometimes use these charts to make decisions of when to buy or when to sell, because otherwise you'll never know when to buy or when to sell. So basically, what's going on here right now is a double top. You see those two heads at the top? Same thing is going on in the charts. So what you had there was those two double tops, right? And that was basically telling anybody trading. This could also be one of the reasons why the price action is going down, is that they've seen the double top and the trader is just saying, you know what, let's go for the puts. This is what's supposed to happen next. And they're trading the price action down. So the question now is, would they stop here or would it fall down to that zero Fibonacci level before it bounces back up? Which is why Brazen goes back and uses the Wyckoff theory, which tells you that it could stop there or it could go further down, which if you were trading puts, you enter there and bet that it comes back down because the rule says that it does that, right? Which is basically what we have right now is a double top. So if you also want to play long, you could put a buy here, betting that it holds this position. You could put a buy at the 0.236 if you want to buy it for the long term. 0.236 is also a major support line, or you can come all the way down and say, yes, it's going to come to this level, and then you can also buy it there. Again, not financial advice, but this is what an investor or a trader would do in this position.
Interesting. Well, you know, I think for me, the way I'm looking at this one, obviously over the past, how would you say, maybe month or month and a half, right? We saw Bitcoin fall below the 50, 20, 100 and 200 day moving average. And my strategy, because I'm a long-term hodler, man. I don't plan on selling my Bitcoin. So anything below that 200 day moving average, even better, we're below the 150. Now we did come above the 50 day moving average briefly. Let's see here if I can pull that up. So this was around February 7th, right? Between February 7th and 17th there, we were above that 20 and 50 day moving average. But now we're back below it again, which really, for me, all I see is a sell. Once the Wyckoff theory plays out, right? And right now I'm just tracking it and mapping it, right? Trying to see where we are in that Wyckoff theory. I think we would have to cross and hold above $45,000, right? Somewhere there. So close above $45,000, and then for that to act as the support before, after that, I think we're ready for a run.
Yeah, let me put my screen up really quickly to add
Absolutely.
to that. So when you're looking at those moving averages, right, we had that dead cross way back in November, and the price action has been slowly moving down. The stock market, the SPY, is just finally having its dead cross. So I'm starting to think that maybe the crypto space is way ahead of the markets, and that by the time the stock market have its full impact of the dead cross, which everybody's saying we're going to have up to 70% crash in the stock market. Question now is, will Bitcoin now flip the other direction because people want to move their funds from the stock market into something else that's probably going to make them money? That's the big question to ask ourselves. But at the moment, the price is below the moving averages, all the moving averages, 20, 50, 100, 200. That's a discount. So anything below that is always a discount if you're playing long term. And then if you're looking at other tools like the TTM squeezing downwards, RSI, it's still kind of within range below 50, which is also a discount. MFI is also below 50, which is also a good range if you're buying for the long term. So if you're not trying to watch the charts every day, you just buy in time is below that and play for the long term.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things I'm most excited about is also the fact that this Bitcoin halving is coming up. I mean, it's in 2 years, but it's like 808 days. But when that halving happens, we also know when the Bitcoin halving happens, we see a massive, massive run up. So as I'm accumulating the sats, as I'm accumulating my Bitcoin, that is one of the things that I have in mind. Just gather as much as possible before the halving. That would be monumental, right? Well, I have nothing else. Double O, anything else, sir?
I mean, again, not financial advice. We strongly believe in Bitcoin and some other cryptos. At least I believe in other cryptos. I'm continuing to accumulate at this phase. And if you're out there buying cryptos, we all wish you the best.
Awesome. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, really appreciate this. Let us know in the comments, where do you think Bitcoin is heading to next? Do you think we'll see 34K, or are we just going to stop somewhere around 36K and reverse? Until next time, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, right? Follow us on Facebook at STAKKFin, as well as Twitter, STAKKFin as well, and Instagram, STAKK Crypto. Until next time, praise and out.
Double O.